Hey everybody, I know that I'm pretty long overdue to put out a video. I have been trying to several times over the last few months and it just never seems to really work out. So we're going to try this one today. I'm going to try to get through a video. I had a tonsillectomy about 2 weeks ago, which is a bold choice to do whenever you're in nursing school, but I had that done, so my voice sounds a little weird. Other than that, we're going to try to get through this. So what I wanted to go over today was basically how the program has been up to this point and kind of give a rundown over clinicals. I feel like clinicals are the thing that everyone gets, the most excited about. So I kind of wanted to go over what those look like and kind of how my program does the clinicals. So let's see, we've got about 4 months left, maybe a little less. We graduate in March and it is December. So we are very, very, very close and I'm so excited. It has seemed like this program has gone on forever. And I know that anyone else who's in a program right now probably feels the exact same way, but we're getting through it and we've made it this far. At this point, we're gonna get through it. We just finished Med-Surg 2. My program splits them up. I don't know if every program does. We had Med-Surg 1 and then Med-Surg 2 separately. So we just finished Med-Surg 2. Now we have pediatric nursing, we have maternity, and then our transitions class. I'm not 100% sure what transitions entails. I know that it's like NCLEX prep. I know that that's the time that we do our preceptorship and all that stuff. But that's all we have left. Peds is a 45-hour class. Maternity is about the same. And then transitions is a couple weeks. And then we're out of here. I know that we have Christmas break in the midst of that. Actually, we have this week, next week, and then Christmas break. So it kind of breaks it up a little bit. Honestly, I kind of wish we would just finish it and be done. Take a week off for Christmas and get through it. But, everyone likes their breaks. So that's pretty much it as far as where I am in the program. It's been hard. It's been really, really hard. And I know that it is just hard, but gosh, I'll be excited if I finish this thing. We're gonna cross our fingers and just hold on to all the hope that we can. Anyway, so clinicals. We started clinicals pretty early on in our program, I feel, which I think is beneficial because you get really bored just sitting in that classroom for so long. So it's really nice to actually go to clinicals. So my program has Clinical 1, Clinical 2, Clinical 3, and Clinical 4. Clinical 4 is more of the preceptorship. That's whenever we tag on to a nurse and follow them around for their shifts. Clinical 1 we did at a long-term care facility, and the focus of that clinical was assessments. It was total care for a patient. So basically we would show up, they would give us our assignment, which started off with one patient, and then after a couple of weeks we went to 2 patients and we started doing 2 assessments a day to kind of get the idea of a workload. We weren't doing nearly as much as the LPN on staff was doing, but we were learning how to provide total care for a patient along with just implementing our assessment. And just making sure that we had a really good base as far as assessments go. So that was Clinical 1. I think it was 11 weeks long. That one drug. That one was really, really long. I had the morning shift, so we were getting up at, I think I was getting up at 5 in the morning, and I realized that to some people that's nothing, but I like to sleep until at least 7, maybe 6:30. But 5 was just really early. I mean, clinicals right now for me, I have to get up at 4:25, so you know, comes around, goes around, I guess. But first clinical, long-term care, 11 weeks long. We go on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But yeah, that was the first one. I enjoyed it. I had a year of experience working in a retirement center before that, so I was pretty accustomed to what the environment was and how to do some of the things that they were expecting us to do. The next one that we had was on a med-surg floor. I went to a smaller hospital in a neighboring town. I think they have 25 beds, but I think the most I ever saw them have was 13 patients. So it was kind of small, and there's 6 of us in a clinical group, so it kind of got to the point where we were just, you know, we had a lot of us opposed to the patient load, but I think it all worked out. Med-surg was whenever we actually started to pass medications. We would go in and do our assessments still, and medications I think was the main thing that we were working on for clinical 2, because at that point we had finished pharmacology and we could pass meds. So how long was clinical 2? I don't even remember. It wasn't as long as, well, I think it was longer than clinical 1, but they mix in like specialties with so observations with clinical 2. So like we went to a mental health facility, we went to a rehab facility, just different areas like that. We went to a surgery center, which they don't hire LPNs, but I think some of them were if you go on to RN, then this is the field that you can be in, I think. They were interesting. They were cool. I definitely liked the med-surg clinicals better because we actually got to do things. I actually felt like I was, you know, being a student learning how to do nurse things. Whereas the other ones, you just observe everyone else do their job. So, I don't know. So that was clinical 2. I had evening clinicals for clinical 2, and honestly, I both loved and hated it. I'm the kind of person who, on one hand, I want to sleep in, but on the other hand, I want to get done what I need to get done that day so that I have the rest of the day to do whatever. So that kind of fought it a little bit, but we made it through. It was fine. And now we've been in clinical 3. We've been in clinical 3 for 3 weeks. We've been in clinical 3 for 3 weeks. One of the weeks was Thanksgiving, so we didn't have clinicals. And then last week was whenever I got my, I got my tonsillectomy over Thanksgiving break, and then went through that week, but they didn't let me go back to clinicals last week. So this week I'll start going back to clinicals. So we have 4 med-surg clinical days left. So tomorrow, Thursday, and then next Tuesday and Thursday, we will have our last med-surg clinicals. And then after that, they're sending us to more like specialty clinicals where we go to the ER, we'll do some maternity, we'll go to clinics. And I am personally extremely excited about the specialties for clinical 3. I think that we will actually be able to go to places that employ LPNs. So it'll be more of a, do I want to work here, rather than this seems kind of cool sort of situation. I feel like it applies better. And I just think it'll be neat. Not that, you know, crisis center and rehab facilities aren't cool. They're just a little, in all honesty, they were a little slow for me. I need a little bit more pace with my day-to-day. Just helps the day go by, and I find more enjoyment in chaos than I do in not. And I know that the other facilities, you can definitely have chaos, but it's like spurts of it, and I would just rather a consistent, chaotic state. I think that would be ideal for me. Maybe I am meant for med-surg, who knows? Anyway, so we have that, and then Christmas break starts in 2 weeks, so we'll be gone for 2.5 weeks and all that good stuff. And whenever we get back in January, we will finish up peds, start maternity. We will wrap up clinical 3, doing all of our specialties, and then we will start clinical 4, which is our preceptorship, pretty quickly after that, and be done, I guess. That's pretty wild to think about. By the way, I feel like LPN school has been like a huge experiment as to how to study in RN school. Does that make sense? It sounds kind of bad, but I feel like I've learned a lot of techniques as far as like studying goes and making sure that you're on top of material and how to take tests and everything. And I feel like that is preparing me for RN school, which I'll go into another video on this one. I should probably be writing these down. Anyway, where were we? So yeah, that's pretty much how it's been. Clinicals have been a good time. Out of my program, we started with 18 and we are now at 15. It has dwindled, but honestly, not as bad as I thought it would. So, I think we're doing okay. I'm surprised I'm still here, and I know I shouldn't say that, but there were a couple of times where I really felt like I was like right on the edge of just not doing it. But I have made it, and I cannot express the feeling that there is knowing that I have made it to this point, because I know I haven't really talked about it, but I've been trying to do something with my life for the past 7 years. Out of high school, I started college and I got into a mechanical engineering technology program. And part of me wishes I had stayed in that because I was doing well and I enjoyed it, but I felt like I needed to do more, so I just went to mechanical engineering and I stayed in that for another couple of years. And I just hated my life. I hated everything. I was failing classes and I was not doing good. And after that, I switched to, what did I do? I went pre-med for a while because I was in a situation where the partner that I was with, without purposefully doing it, there was a lot of pressure to do the most and be the best. And I don't know exactly how to explain that, but I felt like nothing that I was doing, nothing that I wanted to do was actually good enough. So I kept going for the next thing. Like at one point I was going to be a surgeon, and I know that everyone tells you, you can do what you set your mind to, but I don't think that's my life, if that makes sense. Like, I am reserving the fact that there's a chance that I will become a nurse practitioner in the future. That is a goal of mine down the line, is to basically work and build my way to that point. I feel like that would be a massive accomplishment for myself, and that is where I would like to end up in life. But as far as the whole med school, I that's not for me. I don't think that's my scene. So I kept feeling lost. I kept trying. I kept switching my major to something that I felt like I could obtain. And it kept falling through, and it was kind of beating me up a lot because I just didn't feel like I was good enough. I kept not passing classes and not doing well, and after a while it kind of takes a toll on you. whenever you're just not succeeding at anything. And then somehow I found out about an LPN program, and I didn't know what LPNs were. Whenever I started this program almost a year ago, I did not know that LPNs existed. So hopefully through making these videos, and I know I need to make more, I can help educate on the fact that this is an option, because it has done so much good for me finding this program, getting into this program, and making my way through it. I don't know where I would be without it. So that's kind of just a little bit of me, a little bit of why I'm here, you know, sprinkled into the rest of this chaotic video. But as we have decided, I do well in chaos. So if there's any questions, if there's any, you know, specific things that you guys would like to see, let me know. I am good at answering questions, and I will do it to the best of my ability. I am not perfect, so I will give you the honest to me answer. And yeah, I've got a couple more video ideas, so hopefully now that life has kind of sort of steadied itself, I can get on to making some more videos and spread the word about this wonderful LPN situation that we got going on. Other than that, I'm going to get ready and head to class, and I will see you guys in the next one.